What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to Life as an Evertonian. This is our final summary of the game, the the woeful game yesterday away against Burnley, the nil-nil game, the game that listen, not very often do I fall asleep watching football, but I nearly did yesterday. I would never ever fall asleep watching Everton, but I nearly did. It was just all it was shocking. It was really, really poor. Um, Couple of chances from both sides. Um, but really, as a whole, the when we're having Jack Grealish missing and, you know, Kieran Dewsbury Hall and Iliman Njai, you can just see the gulf now in class, in different, in different in terms of Dwight McNeil coming in for Jack, Charlie Alcaraz for Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Although, listen, Charlie Alcaraz had a good season last season. I think he's come on and he's caused a bit of impact here and there in some games. But in this period where he's had a chance to showcase what he can do and shine, I think his ball distribution's been poor. He's been off it. He's not been playing well at all. Per se, I just don't think he's been playing well. He's not been knitting that midfield to attack, and he hasn't looked a threat. His ball distribution's just been awful. Thought Tyler Diblin was the bright spot yesterday, and that is the only thing I think we can really take from the game, that lad managed to get near on 90 minutes in his legs, and it was about time. Moyes should have found a way before yesterday's game where Tyler Diblin was getting introduced more. There's a player in there, Blues. There is, and he's going to develop, and hopefully he's going to grow with that blue shirt on his back. There is a talent in there that needs nurturing, and it needs bringing out. We have to see more from Tyler. Even when the likes of Iliman Njai, Keenan Dewsbury Hall, and Jack Grealish are back, I would like to see Illich switch back over to the left potentially. Jack going through as a number 10 or vice versa. Keenan Dewsbury Hall playing a little bit deeper. Tyler on right. Iliman Njai potentially playing as a false nine. There's options. But this second string, this Dwight McNeil situation, this, Charlie Alcaraz situation, where we're at, we need those players to step up. And yesterday, only Tyler did. So again, that is all that we can take from yesterday's game. Millen Rowe came on. We might see him against Forest next. Listen, this isn't a pre-match video for the Forest game, but I'm hoping that we are going to see a little bit more of Merlin Rowe. The transfer window is beckoning. And listen, the PSR rules are going to be lifted in the summer. They're not right now. But Everton have got to find a way of bringing in some players in the transfer window. For me, Jack Harrison has to come back as a marker. That lad straight away, 1st of Jan, you've got to come back. So we have to find ways of potentially bringing players in on loan. But there's got to be some capital. There's got to be some money there for Everton, from the Freakins to invest into some players, especially in the fullback areas. I thought the fullbacks yesterday, in an attacking sense, were non-existent. Dwight McNeil offered no outlet on the left. He doesn't want to tug high and wide. He's got no pace, and you're expecting Mikalenko to overlap when he's on the ball, when he's on the ball deep, Dwight, but then he's whipping it in from deep. There's no pace. There's no beating of a man. I've watched Leeds today and Sunderland. There's pace in those sides. And wow, it is difficult. It is difficult to watch DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's bagging for fun at the minute. And I look at our lads up top. And they're way off in comparison to what DCL is offering, should we have played Dominic's wages? Did he need this fresh start? Probably. But Everton have got to move on. We have done. But we've got to move on in a sense of where Everton have got to find somebody out there who can add 10 to 15 goals up top. And Moyes has got to be a bit more adventurous in that attacking area. We know Early's played as a false nine. Can he do it at Premier League level? I think he can. I do. I think he can. Um, but yeah, those fullbacks yesterday, honestly, it was so negative. We were playing for that draw. Burnley had some chances. Jake O'Brien's not overlapped once for me. Mikalenko's probably done it twice. I think Jake O'Brien might have done it once around the 86th minute. I were watching it. I were measuring it. Tiro Burham's tried. Jimmy Garner's been, as he is, on the ball, trying to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. But it was so cumbersome. It was so slow. And neither team deserved to win. Everton potentially could have had a penalty. For me, it were an handball. For me, it were no different than what Kieran Dewsbury Hall had an handball against Brighton. James Tarkowski again, opening game of season against Leeds United. More so, obviously, the Kieran Dewsbury Hall, because it was a point blank strike, no different than what Tyler Diblin did, and it were a pen. But VAR didn't look at it. They didn't want to entertain it. But Everton aren't getting any look in that area of the game. We're just not getting penalties. So, boys, we move on. We have to move on. We have to, But we are, as Evertonians, and I've said this in previous content, we are on this roller coaster. More so, when we've got all the players available, there's going to be games where Everton play well. There's going to be games where we don't. Yesterday, it was a very stagnant Everton. It was a very keep your positions kind of Sean Dyche kind of management. Very safe. And it was just reminiscent of watching Everton 2 years ago, 3 years ago, everything that we've been through, what we've been watching. And it was not an entertaining watch whatsoever. So, Blues, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Click that bell to turn on post notifications. All my links are in the description to my social medias, pages, Instagram, personal Facebook. I've got a new Facebook Everton page as well. So go and check those out if you wish. And yeah, Blues, obviously I will do my pre-match preview tomorrow for the game against Nottingham Forest on Tuesday night, 7:30. And it's going to be a tough game, Blues. It is. It's going to be a really tough game. Let's just hope for something a little bit better. Let's hope that this second string of players can do something a little bit better. Let's hope Jack Grealish is back. Let's hope for that, at least. Blues, I'll see you in the next one. Up the toffees.